All right, it's now time to begin our conversation with our Friday guest. And like I mentioned before, he is Rufftone, a.k.a. Royth Smith. I think the only lawyer guy who has two English names. How are you?
Praise God.
Amen.
How are you?
Kabisa,
How have you been?
niko poa kabisa. Labda wewe.
Thanks for having me.
You look really good.
Thank you.
Salimia our viewers.
Tuko hapa mazee, bwana sio wote, we love you, maximum respect, definitely.
Tuko hapa na maisha, tuko hapa na nani? Mimi na wewe ama kuna wengine ambayo siwaoni?
Tuko tu mimi na wife na familia nimeacha home.
How are they?
Of course they're good, they're watching. Mwah, daddy loves you.
Oh, that is...
wanajua hivyo.
That is so cute. How are they? How are they? How is it being your dad?
You know, it's...
Unawaimbianga like lullaby, like Mungu Baba, tuamba, alafu they sleep. That one doesn't
surprised me when I had the toys. So I just assumed they didn't know what was happening. Until now, my firstborn daughter, akaanza kusema Babi on screen, and she knew it was
Babi
me.
Is like daddy.
Babi, that's daddy. And before I know it, you know, Owen also visits.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they go like, Uncle Owen.
On the TV. And they're so small. They're so small.
Tiny kids, bundles of joy. So I was like, okay, I guess now it's no secret no more. They know we are musicians and we are here to stay.
So do they like, can you tell, how old is your daughter?
She's like 3.
She's 3.
Yes.
So do you think she likes your music? Like, do you play your music and then she like, you know, bumps to the beat? You wouldn't know.
I think it's protocol.
It's protocol.
I'm telling you. So every time I'm checking a new song, she hears it over and over again. That when I was just listening to the new music, she was like, just like a few days ago, she was like, Baby, I don't want to listen to this one. I want another one. You know, because you know, every time you release a song, you're always so curious, and you're tensing. Will it work? Will it not? And then you know, musicians, most of them are the worst critics of themselves. So you keep on, you know, listening, and you know, you're just too nervous. And then you end up listening to your song
even
like 100 times in a day.
For so long, you still get nervous?
I'm telling you, every time before a stage performance, there's a stage fright. Every time before...
But I get it,
You understand? Like, even you nimeona umetutemeka hapa kabla lights zitamon.
No, there's nothing like that, I promise.
So it happens. I'm telling you, but it happens.
That's nice.
Yes.
And your wife?
Oh, she's awesome. You know, she knew me when I was just, you know, started blowing up in the music industry. And then she's been there through thick and thin. I can tell you, I've taken her through a very serious roller coaster, and she still hangs in there. If I will not be married to her, I don't know. I will be married to. Your life
probably would have been like.
Yani, I'm telling you, Yani, I understand, and I bless God for her. So much.
Does she tell you the truth about your music? Does she go
like,
she says,
hapo mazee, buda boss, ile ya kitabu ilikuwa better than this. Oh, really? She tells me. Aju kunificha. She just tells me as it is.
And how is now we know the familia is okay, as you've heard.
Yes.
How is Rufftone? How are you doing? How has it been? These elections. You know, these days the elections imekuwaje. You know, it's already a greeting in Kenya.
I'm telling you.
Election. You don't even have to say anything. Just say like, hey, he election, and then now somebody takes over like, hey, he election.
Nipo kusema hii Kenya ikoje ndani ya election kwa sababu election ni kubwa kuliko Kenya. Siku hizi election it's like the entire year.
Yeah, the whole year.
Yeah. So it's been crazy because most of the time, you know, and I'm not the only one. So many musicians have been affected. Unapata sasa hizi it's very challenging for musicians to release songs because every time you're releasing a song, before you know
happens.
it, wow, there's this, there's A, there's B, there's C. Alafu sasa unapata constitution ya Kenya sasa hizi it's really politicized. So
but at least we're improving pole pole.
And then bombshell utokea.
Then bombshell. I know what you're talking about. I know.
So that's how it is.
All right.
But we're adapting to the times, and we are navigating through the tight waters.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm so sorry for your loss.
Oh.
You lost your dad October around 25th or something.
Exactly.
Pole sana.
It was heartbreaking. You know, some of these things you always hear them happening somewhere else, and then psychologically you assume
it happens to other people.
And maybe if it's gonna come to you, you always ask God, give me strength. But that's one thing I thank God for, because I've been telling my friends, I've been telling even my family, I even told my wife. You know, my dad, he was ill for like 10 to 15 years. It was on and off. So the first time he was taken ill, he had a mild stroke. We admitted him at the South Beam. It's a Mariakani hospital, if I'm not wrong. And by that time, I was so fragile. We were actually so fragile. We were like, God, not now. And then he recouped, and then 5 years down the line again, he had to go into a surgery. akapelekwa akafanywa surgery. Then we were, all of us, we were just like, oh God, not again.
Yeah.
So, but with time, it's like now the remaining 10 years before his demise, we got an opportunity. You know, when we were young, he used to be in Nairobi, we used to be in Shanks.
Yes, yes.
So we used to know a father there, you know Spider-Man, he's a hero somewhere.
He's a hero somewhere.
In New York City.
And if there's a problem, he comes
and he comes to rescue. That's how we knew our dad.
Okay.
But now, in these sunset years, we got an opportunity of all of us to just get to resonate and be with him, like a friend, as a father, and there's some, characters that he instilled and reinforced in us.
Right.
And you got to a point where we were now talking freely.
Okay.
And then...
So you became closer.
We became closer.
Okay.
All of us in our family, we just kept on doing that. And then, for personally myself, I was like, God, thank you for allowing me to get to know Mr. Mwatia as a friend and as a dad. And then it got to a time, I'm telling you, I tell people, it got to a time, he just told me, you know what, Bana Simama, I want to show you where nitawagawia shamba sasa.
How is that? Because
it's really, I was with my friend, he's called Dennis, and Dennis was like, wow, that's a hot one right there. And then you're like, my goodness, why did he just say that? And it wasn't long before he passed on, you know.
Okay.
So you recollect yourself and you tell God, thank you, at least you've granted us. And the Bible says you have to respect your father and mother for you to have a longer life. You're like, allow me to love him more. And another thing I realized is that everybody is a gift from God.
Right.
Even you, wherever you are right now, we are good buddies.
Right.
So I'm not going to take you for granted. I'm not going to take anyone for granted, because you never know for how long
and that's an
you'll have
important
them.
message.
You understand?
Yeah,
So I was like, God, thank you for lending us a father for all these years. So when my brother called me that he'd actually passed on, I was like, is it for real? And then, you wake up the following morning, you're like, that was a serious nightmare.
Yeah.
It was a very serious nightmare. And then you're like shaking your head and you're like, is it for real?
Yeah.
And then you get more phone calls coming in to confirm what you're, like Job, he says, what I was afraid the most has befallen me. That's how you feel.
Okay.
You're like, this is the worst thing I want to hear.
Okay.
But now here it is.
All right.
But God
But
is still God. We soldiered on, and Kenyans were so gracious.
Yes. I
They
saw the
came,
messages of,
I'm telling you,
to your family.
all over the musicians and the industry as a whole, and even the Kenyan Republic as a whole.
Yes.
And we thank God for that.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you seem strong. Not many people would be able to pick up themselves and sort of like decide to move on.
And underline the word "seem."
Yes, yeah, but I'm happy for you, honestly.
Yes,
I'm happy
yes,
for
yes,
you
yes.
and your family.
Yes,
All right, so you're here because of some good news that you have a new song out.
Again, that's it now.
For me, up until today,
Yes.
Mungu Baba is like always my favorite. When it comes on the radio, I feel like I
Yes.
need to stand up and give a salute.
I
and
salute
just
and
like,
all
yeah.
that. I thank God
Just,
because, I tell guys I was a secular artist for about 4 years.
We remember very well.
You remember?
Tunakumbuka vizuri
So nilikuwa naimba kwa
tena
maklabu na vitu
sana.
kama
Wacha
hizo.
tu.
So many people will tell me the same thing. They'll
Yeah.
tell me my first song, it's up to you, you'll never beat it. And then it came to wakati Rufftone ushika microphone, you'll never beat it. There was another one, A Simple Face. And then it went to Mwikulu. Then it went to
I
the one we
remember
did
Mwikulu.
with Henry Mutuku.
Yes,
Usichoke.
yes.
Then there's the one we did with Bamboo.
Yes.
Then many and many songs just came. So me, I thank God. I thank God that when you check
Now
a
the one
song...
with the GSU.
Exactly.
Yani you couldn't do it small. Yani you had to go big.
No,
or go home.
the sky is the stepping stone.
I love it.
And me,
All
I
right.
hate thinking...
Small.
Exactly. Me, I don't like limiting myself. I always
Lovely.
think, what if I'm to do a collab with something that's never been done
Yes,
before?
yes.
I like stretching myself because nothing is impossible under the
Okay.
sun. So
Lovely.
this is a new one.
So
and
talk to us about it.
you wanna know how it came about?
Okay, we'll hear it shortly. Can we first just play it a bit and then at least now we know what you're talking about.
If you're playing it, let Kenyans see the whole video. If you want them to watch it after or before, you call the shots.
Let us watch it now.
Okay.
It's even already playing.
عم بحكي معه مشان يرجع المصاري وما بده